no snitch, and I try to keep it silent, but the kids don't listen.
It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and we've got some history in this battle of AFL alumni. It's the Miami Dolphins and the Kansas City Chiefs, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
The usual sea of red here in this venerable stadium has been turned white as we are high above snowy Arrowhead Stadium in KC. But tonight we've got a good AFC matchup on tap, as it'll be the Miami Dolphins taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. Welcome again, one and all. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Brandon Gaudin on hand alongside Charles Davis. And yes, the storyline here, the weather, snow, and more of it expected as this game continues. So how will that impact how this one goes?
Can these teams ignore the distraction and the strangeness of playing in a snow game? Because it actually affects the crowd as well. That big roar you get is often muffled when there's a snow game. And the second part, what's the footwear you got on? Does that fit the turf you're playing on? And how will it handle as things get a little bit slick?
Here's Jason Sanders now to get this one started. And into a sea of red, we're underway in Kansas City. Here's Mecole Hardman. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Time to see what Patrick Mahomes can do here with his first possession. The quarterback out of Texas Tech getting set to lead this KC Chiefs offense.
If you ask coaches at any level to design their ideal leader of a team, I think they're going to check every box with this guy. He's got the poise to handle responsibility. He stays calm under any kind of pressure, and he brings out the best of his teammates each and every week.
He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. If you're these receivers, you got to be ready, because when he's going to throw it quick on that RPO, he's going to throw it quick.
And this is why you spend time with your guy either in the offseason, during the week, the whole bundle. Because sometimes just telepathy. You both see the same thing, and he knows get the ball to him right away.
Now Mahomes throwing on second down. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete. Travis Kelce, the Pro Bowl tight end, the intended target, and it's 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Here's Mahomes to throw. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Matt Araiza now on to punt this one away. And here comes Berrios. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Here is Tua Tagovailoa heading out to lead this Miami offense.
You want to talk about a driven player partner. This guy is absolutely that person. He doesn't just have goals in this game. He wants to be remembered among the best to play the position, and he treats every game as an audition for that. It's a lofty goal to set for yourself, but we've seen his drive lead to some impressive games from him. Perhaps another one is in store today.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Here's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
That was a route run, not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
They'll run. Here's Devon Achane. And down inside the 35 he goes to the 32-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
First carry for Raheem Mostert. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
I will see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
And with the snow here, maybe asking too much of the kicker to try a field goal, so instead, offense on the field, they'll go for it on 4th down. He's got the first down and more than that, and he's finally down at the 21-yard line. The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one. So after the conversion on 4th, here's 1st and 10 just outside of the red zone. Tua going to throw. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive INT.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. A give, running right, Achane. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Devon Achane, a 21-yard touchdown run. And the Dolphins are on the board first here on the road in Kansas City.
You get in a 2nd and long situation down here in the red zone, I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass, let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And he returns this to the 22. Kansas City taking the field for their 2nd drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
So from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd and 6. Looking to throw is Mahomes. That to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. ends up falling to the ground incomplete.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Throwing now is Mahomes. Pushes past him. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. If points result, we'll call this play significant.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 49-yard line. That's complete. It's Travis Kelce. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. That's probably as simple of a throw as he'll have all game.
And good for everyone. Good for his completion percentage. Good for the receptions for the receivers. But you know how they work on that. They have footballs with no laces. So that as soon as you get the snap, you're just throwing the football. All right? You're not trying to find the laces and grip it a certain way. That takes time. Just get the ball and throw it. So that's how they practice it all the time now, too.
Second quarter from Arrowhead. It's the Chiefs in possession as they've got it with a 2nd and 1 coming up. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. Got him in. It's Brown. It's the first time that they've looked his way tonight, and he comes up with a first down on the play.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. He'll check this one down to Pacheco. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Mahomes going to throw. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the Dolphins are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line.
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you. And that may have been what happened there.
So Miami coming out for their second drive. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. In motion, Hill. He's going to get it on the jet sweep. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle it.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. That's good for 28 yards.
I think the reason this play is so successful is not just the blocking at the point of attack, but how about the speed at which he takes the handoff? He's in motion already, so he's not coming from a flat start like a running back often is. He's at a full run by the time he gets the football.
A little juke. There he goes, right side. Back-to-back plays of right around 30 yards, and the field position has totally been flipped. Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles, gain some additional yardage.
On first down, back to Achane. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
From the 34-yard line, here's a 2nd and 8. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Short throw to Smith. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. Tua sets up to pass it. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. Run those extra defenders on the field. Dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit in the football.
Sanders' kick is good, and the Dolphins will add on to their lead. So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
After the field goal, here comes Sanders to kick it away. Here's Hardman on the return. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Here's 2nd and 4 from the 24. Here's Pacheco once again. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Consecutive runs of 6 yards gives him a 1st and 10.
Well, partner, if the defense isn't going to adjust and they keep giving them those 5, 6, 7-yard runs over and over, they're likely to run it the whole way to the end zone. They'll be more than happy to take the yardage available and save some of their other plays in the playbook for another time.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Mahomes now to throw. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Anthony Walker leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6.
Partner, the Mike linebacker, the middle linebacker has so many different responsibilities. How excited do you think he was to get home with that blitz?
Yeah, he wants a sack. He got it. Now Mahomes. This will be caught by Brown. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So here's a 3rd and 14. They run it with Pacheco from the gun. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. Here's the Chiefs punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. This is taken at about the 14. Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 40. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Devon Achane of the offense ready to go once again.
It may just be the second quarter, but he's in his zone well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point.
Give him 32 on the play. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And this is going to be incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Tua's throw is taken in by Waddle. A big play there just before halftime. And even 40 yards. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. That's George Karlaftis, who fought his way through the line to bury him.
Now a second timeout called for by the defense. Now Tua. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Here's Tua. To the back of the end zone, but too high. Over everybody and incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away.
And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything.
On 1st down, Mahomes.
And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
That ball caught. It's Rice.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. So we've reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Dolphins taking a lead to the locker room. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Cook.
Well, time is of the essence. We breeze through halftime, and we are ready for the second half.
Welcome back, halftime. Are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon.
Not much has changed since we left you at halftime. The snow still continuing to fall as we are back underway. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead. Now a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the third quarter.
Yeah, believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it is really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it. And in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them, too.
It's rare that a receiver of his caliber would drop one pass, but that's now 2 times he's had his mitts on one and lost it.
Yeah, and I don't think that they're going to lose confidence in him, though, because of the track record. Such a good player, maybe having a bad game, but I think they'll still go to him in a critical spot.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on third down here. Throw out wide is incomplete.
Well, it's too early to figure out what kind of adjustments this defense made at halftime, but that's a good start to the second half. They cannot afford to give up more points and fall further behind, so well done to force the punting situation here.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. Hardman on the return. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. They'll start the drive here with Pacheco. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. That's a gain of 13 as they try to whittle away at this 13-point deficit. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Again, it's Pacheco. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on 1st down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
To throw, it's Mahomes. Forced out to his left. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down. They go play fake. Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Okay, so the penalty on the outside for illegal touching, and they'll have to come back and try it again. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. Touchdown! From 4 yards out. And the Chiefs are back within a score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Now Mahomes to the line as the Chiefs are going to go for the 2-point try. He's got it at the 2. And he'll get in for the 2 points. And that'll cut the deficit down to just a field goal. And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. That one complete to Hill. Finding space at the 40. Inside the 20, Tyreek Hill. They're all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Sanders now to add the extra point. And this one gives his guys a 12-point. those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30, right about the 29. And out come the Chiefs now.
A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. Now here's Mahomes. Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelce. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaken up on the play.
We'll step aside and get an update when we return to KC. From the 48-yard line, here's a 2nd and 4. Headed straight, it's Pacheco. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. 68 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 42-yard line.
Able to find Gray here.
Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Mahomes firing complete, and they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. A great play there. With now his 2nd touchdown of this 3rd quarter.
And the Chiefs have cut it back within a score.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And this is back to a 5-point game. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Now we get Tyreek Hill and the rest of the Miami offense back out there.
Pretty good game for him so far. I guess he's still got time here to make this a great game, but so far, he's been solid.
I like where you're going with that because it has been pretty good, but there's always that hint that things can really escalate for him. And right now, they feel like they're somewhat keeping him in check, but he has found the end zone once. But boy.
And now off to the races down the right side. A big play there on the catch and run, and even 70 yards.
And what a letdown after a huge play. He's going to pull this in and then set sail for the end zone. And he nearly made it, too. But he's going to be tracked down just short of the goal line. So big play there that's going to set him up with 1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
Achane is not going to advance very far. He'll be stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
So a little extra time to ponder this 3rd and goal as we're back now in KC. It's Dolphin football. It's also Dolphin lead to begin quarter number 4. 2 and now, 3rd and goal.
That is caught by Waddle. Touchdown, Miami.
4 yards on the touchdown grab.
And the Dolphins get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
Sanders on for the extra point. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Well, things obviously not going their way. Trailing here in the fourth quarter, and that penalty going to go ahead and give the other side some extra yardage.
We all know it's an intense game and things can get heated out there. That's part of the battle. But bottom line, you got to keep your cool. That was not an example of doing that.
The Chiefs ready to rock again on offense. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. Mahomes gets it out quickly, and it's complete out wide. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Thankfully for the offense, a fortuitous bounce there on the fumble goes out of bounds because they're down here in the red zone. You don't want to lose one there.
You don't want to lose one, and the best part, because it went out of bounds, they retain possession, still have an opportunity to put points on the board.
So how about this for field position? Play inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Emmanuel Ogbah that time, able to drop him for a loss. Throwing on 2nd and long. Mahomes. That one caught by Rice. And he is going to lose yardage here. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And that's caught. It's Kelsey. Touchdown, Kansas City. Travis Kelsey from 19 yards away. And the Chiefs have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point by Butker is on target. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Miami's offense set and ready to go. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Now Achane on 1st and 10. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Looking to pass. Tua. And the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. Chris Jones gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And going deep for Hill. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Tyreek Gillespie. And the Chiefs are right back in this football game. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. The interception sets them up with an opportunity to erase this 4th quarter deficit. And this series could very well determine our outcome. And he's tackled at the 38, but they doubled their yardage. The play started at the 19, and they gained 19. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Steps away to his left. Going to look deep here for Pacheco. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, this has not been going the way that he thought prior to the game. Probably figured he'd be able to throw a few more downfield, but he's having to run around for his life back there. They've already gotten to him a number of times. They'll keep coming after him in the pass rush. My advice, shorter passes. Get the ball out of your hand.
On play action, it's Mahomes. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 40. Mahomes. It's caught at the 10. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Here's first and goal. Pacheco is into the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas City. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play and actually saved him until the very end. Touchdown goes on the stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And able to get this out to the 25. So Tua and the Dolphins down by a field goal, 1:11 to go. They've surrendered a double-digit lead, but can rescue themselves late as they come up on first down. Here's Tua. Throw caught by Achane. Loose inside the 30. Inside the 10. And he gets it all the way down to the 3.
Oh, big-time credit. What a play design there. They wanted to get him loose in the open field, and they succeeded. He had all sorts of room to operate in, and they finally track him down inside the 5-yard line.
Tua. And he's got it.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Second down, goal to go. Throwing Tua. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Nick Bolton. And the Chiefs have just about sewn up this football game. So a costly INT in the end zone, no less, puts the brakes on their potential scoring drive.
So many teams stick with the passing game down near the goal line because they see it as an extension of what they do between the 20s. But as we said many, many times, the further you drive, the more the field shrinks. And that was a nice job of making a play on the football and coming away with the interception.
And he's going to get this from the 6 out to the 12. A pickup of 6 as they double their workspace. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And even though he gets out of bounds to stop the clock, it's not going to matter. That first down going to be enough to write a finish to this one. Toss right side to Pacheco. A solid stiff arm. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. And some room to maneuver. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, first and 10. And he'll take this ahead for about 4, second down coming up. And they're going to speed things up here. A run by Pacheco on second down. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. That was an excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the fourth quarter. Both offense and defense were clicking. They're going to feel good about this one.
Boy, are they ever, because the deficit they faced certainly wasn't small. They obviously did not get